Hello everybody and welcome to the Dailey Woodworks YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a very simple barn door for your house. In this instance, I'm going to be making a barn door that's going to basically act as a baby gate to keep my clients' dogs from going upstairs without their permission, I guess. When I started shopping around for barn doors for this house, it was very difficult to find the custom sizes I needed in the material I needed for what I thought was a reasonable price. I couldn't find a lot of the sizes I needed for barn doors in the style we needed, and most importantly, the quality that we needed. Now, the barn door I'm making is going to be a single-sided door, so it's not your true barn door with mortise and tenon joints that's double-sided, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. But it gets you the look very simply, very inexpensively. Anybody can do this. All you really need is a circular saw, some wood glue, some clamps, and a few nails. That is really all you need to make these doors. Now I'm going to use my table saw, my miter saw, my big equipment, but it's absolutely not necessary with how I'm going to make this board with this door. I'm using this tongue and groove V-groove pine. This stuff is actually pretty cheap. Got it at the box store, and you have two options with this. This is what I'm going to use for the face, and then your back side. It's hard to see without it being painted or stained. So the back side's a beadboard. So you could do this either way. You could have your beadboard showing on the face or not. So my door is going to be 36 inches tall total. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an inch while I'm doing it. That way if my glue up isn't exactly straight, I can trim both edges flush when I'm done. Now calculate your width. All you have to do is measure from the inside of the V-groove to the outside, so 5 inches. I need my door to be 35 inches, so 5 times 6 is 30, so I need 7. The next step of this project is our glue up. So what I'm doing is I'm putting glue inside the grooves. And take each board, and what I do is spread the glue out and just work it a little bit. This gets glue on everything sufficiently enough, but actually in this case I'm going to come back and on the tongue I'm going to put a little bit, line it up. My measurements aren't perfect because I didn't need them to be. I have a little bit of squeeze out that I'm going to have to deal with before it dries so my stain doesn't discolor. Because I cut this slightly oversized, I'm going back and I'm just marking a square edge on the top and bottom, and then I'll use that as a reference to lay out the face frame for this door. You got your saw and your tool belt?
Yeah.
Aw, you're so cute. Alright, you gonna help me? So this is my bottom edge, and then I'm going to measure 36, and what I do whenever I'm coming from an edge, I go to 10. It's really easy to add 10 inches, so 36 plus 10 is 46. I'm going to come over here and mark 46 inches.
Daddy?
Yes, my son?
What are you doing?
I'm making this barn door.
Why?
I don't know, ask your mom.
For people?
Yep, I'm making it for people, that's right.
For daddy?
For who?
For daddy.
Yeah, it's not for daddy so much. You haven't met these people. They're nice.
A bad guys?
No, they're not bad guys. For the frame to make it look like a barn door, I'm using 1x6s. I think it makes it look a little bit fat, so I'm going to rip down these 1x6s to probably like 4.5 inches, something like that, to lighten up the weight, the perceived weight of the door. I think it'll make it look a little bit better. Alright, so I've got my center line marked. I've got my center line marked on this, so all I've got to do is line up my center lines. Alright, and so I've marked little notches right there, so it's really easy for me to get that aligned and it'll hold itself square. I'll come back and fill these nail holes and you'll never see them.
You see them?
You never see them. Alright, so I have the square of the door made, and you can see it's along here, along here, along here. Now, depending on your size, you might see some V-groove on the side. I don't think it's that big of a deal. This is going to be on a hinge, and this is going to be my hinge side. And then over here is going to be pretty well cut flush, and I might take some wood filler, fill that in, but I doubt I'm going to do anything with it because it just doesn't need it. Now comes the part where you do your designs. So you can do the barn door where it's horizontal like that. In this case, my door is going to sit like this. That's almost a perfect square. So you could leave it like this. This door, for all intents and purposes, is done. Or you could do like some horizontal pieces to like do like a ladder style barn door. This works if you're doing the X style or whatever. So I'm going to do my diagonal like this right here. Now there's a couple ways to get this angle. I want to go to corner to corner. So I'm going to get that lined up right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a tick mark. Broke my pencil lead. Alright, so it's important to make sure you're staying aligned. You're not moving this around at all when you're doing this. But all you gotta do is come back with the pencil, do a tick mark on this side. Alright, so once you do a tick mark on the other side, you come back here, make sure you're aligned with the corner. I'm a little bit off, so I'm going to correct that. Tick mark there, tick mark there. And just using the straight edge on the square, I'm going to line up my tick marks right there and right there. Draw my line. And so this line is what is my angle that I cut. So like I said earlier, you can do this entire project with a circular saw. I'm not going to do that. So now I'm just going to find my angle. This is where your laser comes in handy. And just fine tune it until I get the angle I need. Alright, so here we go. This is just dropped in place, haven't nailed it yet. Board's got a little bit of a twist in it, but that makes your Z pattern. And you can do the same process to make any design you want. Alright, to flush up the edges, I'm using my DIY track saw, or circular saw guide, or door bore. They're called many things. Alright, we are ready to sand this door, stain it, etc. But this door's done. Alright, this is what I was talking about the back. The back is just this bead board, which isn't ugly, but just not a lot of design to it. And that is, I guess, the shortcoming of this way to make a door. There's ways to do it, I know to do it, to make it look the same on both sides. You could even flip it around where you had the beadboard on the other side, which I think would make an interesting look. But there's your basic door. You can increase the height of it, you can do K-frame, you can do whatever you want to do with it.